The world has changed because of what Trump has done. And the American people, including independents and some Republicans, know how bad he is, know how much he's misrepresented, know how he's getting close to getting us in a war. I said, as the walls close in on this man, I'm worried he's going to get us to war in Iran. Unfortunately, I may have been right. The fact of the matter is there's a lot at stake in this election.
By the way, 4 years ago seems like a totally different guy, but Joe Biden was correct there. Independents and some Republicans know how bad he is, but I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about Joe Biden, and I'm talking about Kamala Harris. For years now, we've been told that Donald Trump is an existential threat to our democracy, but he's not a threat in the way that we've been told he's a threat. Donald Trump is not a threat to our democracy. He's a threat to the people in power in this country. The same people that put Joe Biden in power and the exact same people that put Kamala in power back in July. Donald Trump is a threat to everything they represent. And if Donald Trump is elected, that all comes to an end, and they know it. Take a listen to Morning Joe today.
As we all talk to a lot of people who vote for Trump, and I say to them, and I still can't sort of figure out, do they not believe it or do they not care? Do they not understand that our freedom is on the line? Do they not get that, or do they just not care? Do they take freedom for granted at this point? You know, when you hear Mark Milley, a man who has served this country, a great man, Joint Chiefs of Staff, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, literally say, who's been in the room with him and say, he is a fascist to the core. He is a danger to America. Do they think he's making that up?
All right, so let's think about an example. Let's use Christopher Wray, the FBI director. Do you think that Chris Wray wants to keep his job? FBI director is a 10-year appointment. Of course he does. But do you think that he's going to keep his job if Donald Trump gets elected? He'll probably get fired. And do you think that maybe self-preservation takes over at some point if you know you're going to get fired? Do you think that maybe people like Chris Wray might do things or might not do things that would allow him to keep his job? It's the same thing with the head of the CIA and so many of those three-letter agencies and so many people that are part of permanent Washington. And I'm not talking about congressmen and senators. I'm talking about permanent Washington, the people that are always there. They work government jobs for their entire career, climbing that ladder, but it might not matter anymore. Donald Trump is ending what has probably been the best week of his campaign. And I thought you'd like this. 8 years ago, today, the New York Times came out with their voting odds. Trump versus Hillary Clinton, October 18th, 2016, 3 weeks before Election Day. To the day, the Times reported that Hillary had a 92% chance of winning. They gave Donald Trump an 8% chance of winning. Of course, Donald Trump would go on to end Hillary Clinton's political career and win that election. And last night, Donald Trump showed up at the Al Smith dinner and got laughs from people that knew they shouldn't have been laughing. Take a look.
A major issue in this race is child care, and Kamala has put forward a concept of a plan. A lot of people don't like it. The only piece of advice I would have for her in the event that she wins would be not to let her husband, Doug, anywhere near the nannies. Just keep them away.
So he said that. He went there. Good for Donald Trump. Kamala didn't show up last night. She's in the dumpster with Catholic voters nationwide, including battleground states like Michigan, and she skips the biggest Catholic fundraiser of the year. Probably not a great call. The last person to do that, Walter Mondale, he lost 49 states to Ronald Reagan in 1984. She's got a private plane, by the way, and she claims she couldn't make it. And today, from that same state of Michigan, she claimed that Donald Trump was the one that was hiding from the media.
He has no plan for how he would address the needs of the American people. And he is, as we have seen, only focused on himself. And now he is ducking debates and canceling interviews.
All right, Trump was in Michigan today as well. He responded as only Trump can.
Kamala Harris said she thinks you're exhausted. That's why you're canceling events. Are you exhausted?
What event have I canceled? I haven't canceled. She doesn't go to any events. She's a loser. She doesn't go to any events. She didn't even show up for the Catholics last night at the hotel. It was insulting. All they are is sound bites.
All right, so as we wrap up the week, rest easy this weekend. The next 2 weeks are going to be interesting, but they're going to tell us a lot about who we really are as a country, so stay tuned for that.